JDCap 26 here for Just Do the Tips and Repairs and Hobbies. And we're going to do how to make a Trans Am. And here it is. It's Smokey and the Bandit, I believe. My cousin had one of these. Before he had one of these, he had a Z28, a nice Chevy orange, or Chevy red actually. And I couldn't believe he, traded in for a Trans Am. But nice car, really nice car. I don't remember when the movie came out, but this is a 1/25th scale. So let's open it up and see what's inside. Now, what do you think? It's going to be black plastic, or do you think it's going to be a white plastic? You can put your vote in now in the comments below. So let's see. I'm kind of curious what they made the moldings out of. It's by Revel. Good old Revel. Good, they make all the cars. And let's open it up. Let's see. What's my guess? I don't think it's black plastic. That's my guess. Let's see if I can open it. Nope. And it's not black plastic. So if you guessed that, you guessed wrong. So here's some trim. Get some screws there. Wow, cool. Put that up here. And the clear parts up here. And here's all the inner parts. Gee, I hope it comes with instructions, because it'd be nice to have go by the instructions little by little. And here's the body. Here's the wheels. Cool wheels. They're actually, let's see, they feel kind of very rubber, like rubber. They're not a hard plastic. So wheels shouldn't be a problem. And here's the rims. And the chrome, all the chrome. There's the instructions. Very thick instructions it has to put this vehicle together. Oh, and there's the decals. Wow. It's got a lot of decals around the wheel wells. This is around the front, I believe. That's around the back. Oh boy. I don't know, guys. I may just paint that all on, but you won't get it like you're supposed to get it like this. So that's in the finished part, really. There's a listing of all the parts they give you and what to start with. They usually start with the engine. Let's put some of these parts over here, because we won't need them. Put them in the box until I need them. And put that up there. Let's see. I don't know what bag it's in, the engine. Here's part of the wheels. Open this up. I think the engine's in here. I'm going to point out the difficulties in this kit, I think. I can see one right now. The wheel. The actual steering wheel, that's a difficulty, putting that together. Okay, the decals are going to be difficult to put on. You're going to have to take your time with that. This is part of the stick shift on the floor. That part of the floorboard. Definitely the decal is going to be difficult to put together on this car. So you gotta really have to be patient to put it together. It's actually, look at this. It's actually got belts you have to put on, okay, the engine, okay, and the belts are actual black color, and they're not black in the kit. Got exhaust you got to put on. So here's part of the engine block here. Pull that off. Cut it. All these are numbered. The spews are numbered, so you know what goes with what. Follow the instructions. Always do on kits like this, tanks, whatever, because if you don't, you're gonna get lost on that. This is it's in white. It's hard to see the number too. That's 50. Yeah, that's part of what you want to put on the engine. So you got to cut this little piece off and put it to the side. You could always have a little container to put your parts in, to put stuff together, and just keep working through it, you know, and you'll get it. I saw the manifold here, the top part where the carb goes on. Here's the top part where the carb goes on, and you want to make sure you put that in the right orientation when you put it on top of the engine. So put that to the side, and we got an alternator. It's this part here, which goes on the front, and a fan. You know, a kit like this for a young person, it can actually show them how a car goes together, you know, in later life, where you can work on a car. You're not going to actually work on a Trans Am. Well, if you have the money, sure, you can buy a custom Trans Am and work on it. But if you could find one, they're big bucks. Really, cars today, you know, some of it you can work on once you get all the plastic off the top of the engine that covers the engine. Some of the stuff you can work on, you know, like the battery. Like my wife's car, the battery had a I took the cover off and it wouldn't start, and the mice had actually chewed all the rubber insulation off the cables connected to the battery. Isn't that fun? And we had to wrap it with electrical tape and get a new battery because the battery was shot. And that's the floorboard. And I believe there's some parts in here. And I see it. See, it's in there. They separate it. So, you know, I'm going to work on this like I usually do, because if I stand here and glue every part together while you're watching, you're going to get very aggravated, I think. So, I'll be back. Stay tuned. So here's a part here, and I got to put the alternator, which is chrome, right on there. And you got to glue it on, so you put a little drop of glue on there, and you got to put this part on here, and you got to be very careful doing it. Like that. So you put it on there like that. That's glued on. All these little parts have to be painted afterwards before you put them on. You know, you can put them on the engine block, and you have to paint the little parts. You know, like the belt's going to be black and the fan's going to be metal, like that. So I have the engine now on this little device with alligator clips to hold the transmission together, because it wants to separate a little bit, and I just put that on top of the engine, and then the side. Then you want to start. You want to paint this before you put the chrome pieces on. These next pieces, step 2 is the chrome, and That goes on the side here and on top here. I don't know where the pan is. I can't find the pan. It's somewhere here. It's probably a chrome pan. And I'm sure the top of the hood opens up so you can see the detail work of the engine. See right down here, I had to put this little part of the drive system on, and I turned the device, the alligator clip, all the way down, and put a little tab of glue in there to keep that on, and just gonna let it dry. So we got some light gray here. I'm gonna just put some in the this here, the palette. It's called a palette. You can find these on eBay, these palettes. Get a whole pack of them. And they're easy to clean out. You can just peel the paint out, let them dry, and peel the paint out, and give this some color. So we're going to paint it all. Paint the parts that need to be gray. I suppose I could airbrush this, but it'd be easier to get into the parts. I may do that, but I'm just going to do that as we go along and paint along. Like that. Some of these parts you want to make, like black. Like the belt is going to be black. This pan can go gray. Or you could use a chrome. If you have a chrome paint, you can make it chrome. This device is very handy, so I recommend getting one. You can also find that probably on Amazon or eBay. We're going to apply a little glue right here, if you can see this, to attach it to the engine block. And this type of needle type of glue is great to use. It has a needle, Model Master liquid cement. I know a lot of times I use Gorilla Glue on my figure models. Gorilla Glue makes one with a type of needle, but let's see. It's not very pointed, I don't think. Let me see. It has somewhat of a tip. Not as precision as the Model Master testers. Testers and Model Master, same thing. Same company. Really applies, you can really apply the glue exactly where you want it, and you don't get overflow on the part. You don't use too much, so I recommend this glue. They have other ones on the market you can get with the needle. So, okay, I want to show you this because this part here they say to put on right there, but actually it's this part here, okay, which is this part that goes on the top of the engine, to make it look kind of cool, because it's going to pop up through the hood. So that's a little catch right there, so make sure you get that done. And you're going to paint this like a chrome, I believe. And we're still doing painting here. We just added more paint to the cup. Really comes in handy, a paintbrush. Makes short work of what you want to do. If you're not sure of a side, it's three-dimensional. Just do the side you're not sure of. Do the doors here. that. I figured you want to see the body done, so I'm going to do the body now. Now there's the body done. Okay, so we got the cab put onto the chassis, okay? Put the cab on first and then slip the engine in. There's two little square marks on each side of the engine, and there's a little hole here to put that in, to snap it in. You'll hear it snap in, so that's a little thing you want to do before you, in the instructions it shows you to put these two halves together. Don't do that. Slip the engine in after. Okay. Put the glass in and the mirror. See the mirror down there? You can see it more on the other side. I'll turn it over for you. There it is right there. These screw in actually, so you can take the chassis apart anytime you want. Okay, I want to show you, you have to put your hood on the top of this, through here and through here, okay, and on the back, you see the little notch here? Right there, okay? You want to click it in there and click it in the other side. There's a notch there, okay, so you do that after you put the glass in, so you can have your lid go up and down. You can open and look at the engine. Just drop the chassis into the body, and there's these screws you have to put in. There's 4 of them. Okay, I'm going too fast. We have it on this wax paper so we don't damage the finish, and we put the screws in. We dropped them in with a pair of square tweezers. You see those? And then we screwed them with this right here. Put them in, and it goes together really good. You're on the other side. What do you call it? May become a little bit disorientated. This part right here, the lid, the hood. I'm sorry, grabbing for words here. Make sure when you put your engine in that you get it into the little slots like I showed you before, because if it doesn't line up, it's not going to come through the hood. So this hood can lift up, you know. Okay. Get one of these kits off of eBay. They're excellent. I highly recommend them. They have all the bits that you need, and a pair of tweezers in there as well. Putting on the glass right here, you want to put a very small little dot on each side, okay, of the glue. That's why you have the needle to use. It's a very small dot. It's pretty cool. It's coming together really nice. Don't you think, guys? Okay, this is a little tricky. You have to put in the exhaust first, okay? The bottom piece and then this top piece. And you have to put your struts over that, okay? I broke the strut right there, so me bad, I guess, is what they say. And then it goes in over there. Okay, right there, you can't see it, but you got to put the shock. There's a shock right here and over here. So make sure you put your shocks first on your struts. Yep. And I used to change shocks in my car, actually in my Camaro. And that's where they were. And they were easy to do back then. So make sure you do that on this kit. So put the shocks on, glue the shocks on, and glue it all in. Okay guys, before you put this front part on, okay, which is the front, for the front wheels, you have to put the pin through. And if it doesn't go through smoothly, you got to file it a little bit. Alright. There's the pin, the other pin I got to put in. Looks like this, okay? That's the wheel axle for the front. Alright. There's a tie rod right there. This is, yes, a difficult kit. I say, you know, a skill level of 10, which means you have to have a lot of skill doing it. And you have to follow instructions very well. The wheels are different. The front are smaller. This hole right here is smaller to go on here. The ones in the back are bigger for the axle, for the rear axle. And that's another thing you have to watch out for. Pay attention to page 8 especially. This page right here. Okay? So here we go, guys. It's all together, and let me tell you, the decals, very difficult to do. I don't want to scare you away from this kit at all, but if you're good with decals, God bless you. I had a little difficulty myself with them. And Trans Am's all set, ready to roll. And if you like my videos, please hit the like button and subscribe as well. Hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos, because I'll be doing more model videos. And please check out my repair videos within this channel, and also my cooking channel to the right, and my friends' playlists. You can check out their channels as well. They're pretty good. And thanks for watching. Let's roll.